A little quiet in here today,
Okay.
huh?
I call to order the workshop for Bullhead City School Board on this is Thursday, July 9th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. Roll call. President Melinda Sobrowski.
Fred Rushton here.
Charlene Diaz here.
Sheila Barnett here.
And Barb Zarzicki is not here. She's a missing member. 1.3, review of proposed policy changes. This is the 1.5 million of them, right?
Sometimes seems like it.
Alternates and others. So, what do we have?
Okay, Madam President and board members, when I pared down just the policies in the clean copies from the ASBA recommendations, geez, strangely it went down from 499 pages to 60. So I thought, okay, that makes it, because of course all of the ones that had cross-offs and changes and whatever. Hopefully since last month you've had a chance to look at some of the ones. Those 60 pages, it's not 60 policies, but it is still a pretty good list of policies. And then, and I provided a list so that, it makes it a little easier to see all of them, and more policies are being deleted than there are being approved. And then on the list, the policies that are in bold and have the notes on them are the ones that I'm recommending either some changes to what the ASBA is recommending, or in one case where they had the policy and then there was a section that said the district fills in its pieces that had to do with evaluations. And so I did that, and then two or three of them that we had just revised within the last year to really fit our circumstances as a district. And so I'm recommending to you that we keep our version of those. And so they're in bold, and they are also attached as separate ones. So if you want to talk about any of them, whether they're in the ASBA policy advisory or the BCSD versions that I attached, I'd be happy to try to respond to them. I feel like I've been living in these policies for 2 months, so.
Well, you have, haven't you?
I kind of have. So, although, some of them are, they've been around for a while, or they're, in earlier versions or whatever. So I did learn some things as I was going through them, and that's a good thing too.
When I was reading these this afternoon, I didn't see anything that I wouldn't even discuss, but that's me. How about the rest of you guys?
Well, I want to review each one of them line by, oh, wait a minute.
See you later.
No, from what, when I spent some time yesterday looking at them, and basically, I'm gathering that they're just basically cleaning up language and making things a little more clear.
Yes.
So I'm with you. I really didn't see anything that I found objectionable or questionable. And I'm very happy to accept the BCSD version that's being recommended. I don't think because I know that if you're recommending something that is our own version, it's pertinent to our own circumstance, as you just were saying. So, yeah, I'm okay with it all.
I will tell you, we've met for the last day and a half with our leadership team, which is our directors and principals and assistant principals. And legally, one of the things we have to do in orientation each year for administration, and then they have to do for staff, is there are certain policies we have to review. And I will tell you that most of those are in the G section because they have to do with personnel matters. The impressions that I had, particularly from the policies that had to do with evaluations, discipline, suspension, dismissal, those things, and leaves of absence. combining both the certificated and the non-certificated, because before those were separate policies. And so you had to remember which we were, where to look and whatever. So not only did they combine them, but they cleaned up some of the language. They made it more, easier to follow the procedures and the steps. And I had thought that as I reviewed these. But I will tell you that all of the administrators yesterday were going, oh, this is so much easier to follow. This will make it so much easier if we have to apply, any of these procedures to what we do when we're working with personnel. So I did not give them all of these. I just gave them the ones that were required to review each year. But those are pretty critical ones for us. And they're not just the ones that are in bold. There are some others in there as well. But, so we looked through all of those, and they were appreciative of the changes. And then next month, you will get all of the corresponding regulations and exhibits and, those things as part of my report. Because in many cases, the actual procedure that we use is in the regulation and not so much in the actual the policy tends to be, here's what needs to be done, and regulations tend to be, here's how you do it. So we'll get more in a couple of those. So I really thought you all would have some questions.
No.
You did such a good job.
They're pretty
Well,
clear.
yeah,
I
you
don't
did
know
make it
that I
you
did.
made it very easy to, not
Yeah.
easy, but
Well,
easier
we've had a
to
month to
follow.
read them.
Yes,
So,
Yes.
it
it was overwhelming at first.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we're
when
talking,
it was 900 pages, it was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
and this is front and back. I mean, this was a lot. So, yeah.
Um,
Who would have thought there was all of that stuff, right?
I was looking up something in the policies this afternoon because of a question that came up in our discussions of some of the other things we were doing today. And so I needed to be looking through section J, which is the student section of the policy. It's pretty big too. It's bigger than I remembered. So when ASBA gets to that section of the policy, it'll take us a little while to go through that one as well. So it might not be quite as complicated as, or quite as big a change, because there are not things to combine in it like there were in this section. So, yeah.
Okay.
I did throw you I did kind of throw you a ringer because I added into this list as first reading tonight a policy from the section D, on bidding and purchasing. And you had done D and E, a while back. But in the past, in that paragraph, where I have the money amounts, in the past, we had to get price quotations from 3 vendors for any item or in certain circumstances, when we've done more business with one vendor, over $10,000, we had to get 3 prices. They just last week changed it to $15,000, and that's really nice. And I even forgot to tell our people that. Yeah, I forgot about that today when we were talking with actually we had an activity for the principals to do relative to purchasing. But literally, this is hot off the press. The change was made just last week. And I will tell you that's a nice one, because it doesn't take very much to have a requisition that's $15,000 these days. So that $5,000 is, that $5,000 is really nice to have. I can't tell you how many requisitions I get that are $10,212, or something like that. I mean, just over the 10,000 threshold. So moving it to 15 is really nice.
Do we need to make a typo correction
there's
there?
Oh, is there a typo?
correction there.
Yeah,
Purchases are less than
Where is it at?
$10,000, you should be 15.
the first line there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
It's a
I
word.
missed it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, good correction, good catch. So, so that was I thought it was a good opportunity for us to get this one in and get it first reading tonight and, you know, and then get it approved next month, so.
So inflation is hitting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
If there's nothing else to discuss on these, may I have a motion to adjourn the workshop?
I'll make a motion to adjourn our workshop.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor? I'm Melinda Sabrowski.
I, Fred Rushton.
I, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
All right. We got
Are we
no
off,
time to
Ethan?
sit and wait.
Are we off?
call to order the public hearing for fiscal year 2027 proposed budget for adoption pursuant to ARS 15948 C and D, 15905, 15905.01, 15962 D, and 15103 C. Roll call. President Melinda Sabrowski.
Fred Rushton here.
Charlene Diaz here.
Sheila Burnett here.
And this is the time where we would answer questions?
Yes, if people had questions. I do want to call to your attention a correction. Yes, if you'll go back to that page. In the subject and in the paragraph, the descriptor, the second time the budget is referred to, it says 2025.
Oh.
I'm sorry, thank you. I'll call to your attention that in both the subject and the paragraph describing this hearing, the second time the budget is referenced, it says 2025. That should be corrected to 2027. So we missed that little correction in there. So this is the public hearing for the proposed budget for fiscal year 27. This is the budget that I proposed to you last month. The final budget document has arrived. It arrived, I don't know, a day or two after our board meeting. But frankly, I've been busy doing other things and felt that we could approve this one, and then I could have some real time to hone in on the final budget document and present that to you either in August or in September as a revision. This gets us started for the year. I will tell you that this week I spent some time in a team meeting with Michael Murray, who is the Deputy Superintendent for Mojave County Schools and who's essentially the county finance officer for schools in the county. We met to fill out a spreadsheet that the county uses to determine the tax rate so that he can prepare for all the county documents to go to the Board of Supervisors. And so when you see a tax rate here, so you see estimated budget 50 for the fiscal year and a tax rate of 1.5128, that is an estimate at this point. It could change, and in fact, in the document he and I worked on, it went down a little bit based on some funding that we get in lieu of property taxes from federal lands. So the value of those lands, the assessed value of those lands changes from year to year based on usage, rental and whatever those lands are used for. And so that changes changes the taxes a bit, and the total assessed valuation for the county. So he specifically said that I should remind you that the tax rate on here and even on the final document will be an estimate. But it'll be within 10,000ths or 1,000ths of a cent difference in that.
Pardon my interruption.
Sure.
I pulled up and printed this document, but this document that I printed up doesn't match this one.
the way it printed.
Okay.
The document I have is July 9 of 2026. And up here, this is June 11. And some of the numbers are different.
They shouldn't be.
The tax rate stuff, though, is the same.
Thank you. Let me look at this. Okay, so what are we looking at that's different here?
Look at the prior fiscal year.
1.5606, that's the same. The ADM is the
I think the only
same.
thing that needs changed is the date. instead of June 11.
Yeah, this was the proposed, but, yeah, so what you're looking at here is what's going to be, well, I didn't change this date right here. It should say what his says, which is what we,
Actually, there
Which
are
is
some
what's-
changes on it.
There are. So we just need to be clear about which one we're looking at.
Cass, 1908. Well, it's
On the bottom, it says 6.9.
Yeah, that's because that's when it was, that's when that one was presented. I think we put the old one here instead of the, but I don't, where do you see other differences? Oh, I see a difference in 2,200. No, I gave you this one.
3,000 line. No, not
25,
3,000.
620, the money is the same, the percentages are different. Percentages are different. Here's 36, here's 45. Well, that's last year.
Right, but I'm just looking at this number.
Oh, because, okay, here's why those have changed. Thank you. You clarified it for me. Here you go. So the differences in the prior fiscal year numbers on these two, this was the one that Cass has here that's showing is the one from June 9th. The one that you printed out, and probably the one that's down in the actual new business, should be the one that you just, did you print that out from the new business or from the hearing? Part of the agenda?
I honestly don't remember.
I'm thinking you printed it out from the new business part. Okay, here's the difference. The numbers that are in the column that says prior fiscal year were the numbers and visions for what we had spent and what we had done in June. When I did it at the end of the month, it now incorporated all of the expenditures we'd had in June. So that changed it. So we had spent more money when I did the second one than we had the first one, okay, because we were wrapping up the year.
Okay,
And in fact, and I'm glad you caught that, Fred, and that's a great question. In fact, when I present one to you, say in August, those numbers will change again because we are still paying last year's bills through this month. We still pay fiscal year 26 bills through July of the next fiscal year. So those numbers will again change.
Change.
Yeah. Good catch.
Is there a need to then approve this? If it's
What you're really approving is the part that has to do with what we're proposing for this coming year.
Okay.
And those numbers, when I was looking at what you had, have not
Those
changed.
numbers didn't change.
Those numbers haven't changed.
Okay.
The
Okay?
priors did.
Yeah, the priors did. And that's why the percentages are different too. Okay?
Oh, that
Because
would
we'd
make
spent
sense.
more money, we'd spent more of our budget from the current year. So, good observation.
So we really look at these things sometimes.
I do, and I expect you to. And I expect you to catch little boo-boos. I was
good
really
at catching
glad
all
that,
Yeah, he's really
I was
good.
really glad that Cass today caught that whole thing about 2025 in the two places, because it was just, it's just a mistake, it's just an error in correcting the word, in changing the wording. But finding it early meant we could correct it for you here in the hearing and in the meeting. So, yeah, I expect you to look for my errors.
I don't know why you would make one. This looks easy. I hope lightning doesn't strike.
It looks easy.
Well, the parts for the prior fiscal year that's kind of handy because it does pull that it pulls that information in. I don't have to plug those numbers in, I don't have to do that in the whole budget document because you're only getting 2 pages of it here. And the total budget document's about 30 pages. Yeah, you can, because we attached the whole dang thing here. And so there are places where I actually plug the numbers in, and then it populates the various charts or tables. So, you guys have seen this page because this is the page you all sign of the actual budget document. But if you look at the tabs at the bottom,
Oh, wow.
okay? And actually, when I start working on this, this isn't really a budget hearing thing, but it is information that the public might like to know. Cass, if you would scroll over to, on this bottom row, keep going. Okay, see the data entry page? You're on calculations, if you click on data entry. Okay, so this is the page where I put in a lot of numbers, okay? And they have some populated in here already, but I fill in the blanks on this, and then it takes me, and so, for instance, this part you're looking at here where it says ELL, K3, K3 reading, those data come from what's called the BSA 55-1, which is our monthly report for based on average daily membership, and these are the weighted. This is Group B weight. So you can see it says we have because we do have 194. Actually, we have more students than that, but our average daily membership, which means attendance of EL students through the first 100 days of the school year, was 194.4714 per day. Okay. K3, so that tells you how many K3 students we had in the district. And K3 reading turns out to be the same number. And then below that are the various classifications of special education. Okay? And it's not how many kids, it's how many are in average attendance for the first 100 days of school.
What is FRPL?
FRPL, okay, that one is not sped. That one is free and reduced price lunch.
Okay.
And so our average free and reduced price lunch number of students we fed per day was 1,937. Okay? So that tells you that's about what our average attendance was, because that's out of our 1,999 kids enrolled. And then G is gifted. And so you can see that adds up, excuse me, to 4,095, okay? And then we get extra money on top of our actual average daily membership for this additional 4,000, okay? This, we plug in these numbers, and then it does its calculation thing. Then we go to the calculation page and we do some calculations, and then that populates some of the other places. So we work backwards through these documents, okay?
What did they do before Excel?
I think it had to be all just by hand.
By hand,
Yeah, it would have had to be by hand.
yeah.
It's crazy enough
That'd be a
with Excel.
full-time job.
Oh, yeah, well, that's why they're full-time
just
business
find people
managers
to do.
and have been in districts. And then a couple of clerks, because sometimes it's just somebody plugging in the numbers.
Yeah.
They might not even be making decisions about what numbers go in what blanks. They're just putting the numbers in there. So, yeah, I cannot imagine doing this without Excel.
Crazy.
And this is the document. This is the complete document that comes from the Auditor General's office. This was the preliminary package. Cass, if you would go to page 7. Okay, so on this page, so up at the top, the number 17,745,067 is what it got calculated from all of that ADM times $5,215 and some odd cents to give us that. The $1,064,396 is the district additional assistance, which is essentially our capital, and that's formulated also based on that average daily membership times a certain amount of money. Okay, and then you can see on 8B where I have $620,661 in carryover. When I first built this in June, that's what I that's what we had as carryover that was in the budget. The good news is, now that we've closed purchase orders, that closes out what I had budgeted. And so that number actually has gone up a bit. Hasn't gone to 700,000, but it's gone closer to 700,000. Meaning that, even when we paid our June bills, we ended up with a few more dollars. But Cass, if you'll scroll on down, okay, so where you see number 9 and number 10, in the new budget, there is a new number 10, and I think it's number 10, but there's a new section in there that was approved by the legislature and the governor as part of the budget package, excuse me, that gives us some extra dollars. And so they had to put the lines in the budget. They weren't in this one because it had not, those items had not been approved by the legislature or the governor. So things like that change from the preliminary version to the final version. Sometimes it gives us a few more bucks. Most of the time it gives us a few more bucks, which helps us with, balancing all of this stuff. Yeah, in some cases it's just plugging in the numbers and then it adds it up and tells you what you're doing. So the tricky part for me is page 1, because it tells me here's how much you can spend. Here's exactly what you can spend. Okay, so you notice, so as I work in visions and pull out the data and fill every one of the cells on this page, okay, so I get the data and I put it in every cell. At the bottom of this page, you will see that it says the district has budgeted less in M&O fund than the general budget limit as calculated on page 7 by $20,038. So my budget limit is $18,330,000 and some odd dollars. And when I actually plug in the numbers from my budget, I'm 20,000 less than that. Well, okay, at least I wasn't 20,000 more, because I will tell you I would have had to go back and adjust my budget in visions to be less than that. I couldn't find the 20,000. It's there somewhere. And in the final version, I will have accounted for it somehow. But I couldn't find it because my numbers on here, and because I don't plug in the numbers over here in the columns where it's the totals, it calculates it. I fill in the other cells, it calculates it. And so I checked. So all of my numbers from visions for totals matched the numbers in this right-hand column. I got to the place where it's like, I need to post this and I can't find that 20,000. It's there somewhere. I'll find it in the next version. At least I wasn't 20,000 over.
Yeah.
If I were 20,000 over, I would have had to sit there and play with it until I got it down to 0. And so sometimes that's what happens. I will tell you, this English teacher likes doing this. Go figure, right? Go figure. Never thought I would be happy doing this kind of stuff. You can end your budget hearing now that I'm done bloviating.
Are you done?
I'm done bloviating, yeah.
Well, it's interesting that it was part of that class that I was part of. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn the public hearing for fiscal year budget for fiscal year 2027, the proposed budget?
Madam President, I make a motion that we adjourn the public hearing for fiscal year 2027 proposed budget for adoption.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? I'm Melinda Sabrowski.
I, Fred Rushton.
I, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
Okay, here we go. I call to order the regular meeting for Bullhead City Schools Board on Thursday, July 9th, 2026 at 6:14 p.m. Roll call. Present Melinda Sabrowski.
Fred Rushton here.
Charlene Diaz here.
Sheila Burnett here.
Would you guys please stand and say the pledge with me?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, citizens present, there aren't any, so we're not going to even read that stuff. Can we get to the donation page? We are on the donation page, oh my gosh. Grace Hecht, luncheon, oh, that's nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, Grace,
How
Grace
many
was the
kids
one.
did we go take down?
Ooh, 35? About 35, I thought.
All right.
Oh, we have pictures? Oh, here we have pictures.
Nice.
Oh, this is when I accepted the check from the Kiwanis. Kiwanis paid for the transportation. And there's our group.
There's our cute.
Nice.
So, other than Kiwanis paying and Grace donating the food, did she help sponsor any other?
No, that was, she was the one who set it up.
Okay.
Did the
That's-
work to
that's
get
what
it
I'm
set up.
looking for.
Yeah, she did set it up. And she had indicated that she and someone from Kiwanis would be here tonight. I'm sorry that they're not. Our students who participated did thank you cards, one for Kiwanis and one for Grace, which was nice of them.
Yes.
And we would give that to them tonight, so.
How were the kids chosen?
I don't really know how they were chosen. I don't know. I'm sorry that I don't.
It's okay.
They represented us very well. We had nice compliments about their questions and about their behavior and about how well they represented the district, so, and the school.
Well, we need to thank her and Kiwanis. Both
Yes.
of them.
Yeah, I was happy to go to that Kiwanis meeting and accept that check because it
Yeah.
was an opportunity for us to say thank you.
Yeah.
And then we always get good things for our sites, and so we have the bicycles finally.
Scooters,
And then,
helmets.
yeah, scooters and bicycles and safety helmets and good stuff.
Thank you to Terrell Black.
Yes,
And the Masons.
yep.
Yeah. And the Masons. There we go. We got a lot of stuff this last time. Excellent. We have a great community.
We
There's just
do.
no two
We
ways
do.
about it.
We do.
They're
Thank
there
you very much
when
to
bad
everybody
things
who
happen
donates.
and there when good things happen,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Thank you. Item 3.7, adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
Madam President, I move that we adopt the agenda as is presented.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor? I'm Melinda Sabrowski.
I, Fred Rushton.
I, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
Okay. Dr. Stewart, superintendent's report.
Well, we don't have our usual student reports
No.
because school was out. So I have the other things. So you can see our work ticket report. Our folks, our facilities and custodians folks have been very busy in June, doing repairs and deep cleaning and preparing for the new school year. I did present to you, and I also put in front of you a revised organizational chart. The primary change here is that I have combined everything that is housed at Coyote Canyon except for the Child Care Center under the direction of Kate Hall as both the Director of Special Ed and the principal for the school site. So she's now supervising the preschool as well as the Life Academy, and directing all of the SPED program in the district. So that's the major change. I also updated numbers for, how many people were in the positions at each of the positions in cells represented on the document. The numbers you see at the bottom are the number of employees in each of those groups. So I thought you would perhaps like an update of how we're organized as a district.
Thank you.
Question for you.
Yes.
On the printed version, I have Mark as Director of Facilities.
Yes, he's functioning that way. He's not officially in that. He is a contracted worker right now. For the time being, we have just left the position open until we figure out what's going on with that. So,
How to change that.
how to change?
Got it, thank you, excuse me.
Okay. Let's see, and then I have in my report, I added this month in the financial reports. We have the typical ones: capital outlay, food service, and M&O. I added the child care center and the classroom site fund budgets so that you could see those. The child care center, as I told you last month, we found some money that we had in another account, another fund that applies here. And so you can see we're doing okay. Child care center is doing fine. And then the classroom site fund, I wanted you to see specifically that we distributed most of that money to our teachers as it is intended to be spent. The $414,225 not spent, that's the budget balance. The positions, the teaching positions in music and art that we did not fill this year, that were to be paid out of this account, I kept that money. In the past, what I've done is redistributed that across all the other teachers. But I kept that, set that money aside with the approval of the Classroom Site Fund Committee to roll into next year to help pay for the 2 positions that we added to the Classroom Site Fund teacher list for next year. And so that way the amount of performance pay that our other teachers can get will be very similar next year to what it is this year. Should be very similar. So I wanted you to know that we don't hold on to this money. It is intended to go out to teachers each year, and that's what we do. If you have questions about any of the other budgets, I'll be happy to try to answer.
The only one that I was concerned about was the child care.
Yes, and that was one reason that I wanted to present that, Melinda, because you had legitimate concerns about that.
Yeah.
I also want to note that I included here an exhibit, a report to you of an exhibit change. Last month in all of those policies, E and F section policies, the ASBA had a recommended exhibit like this. And rather than us change what we've been doing, I worded this to match what we've been doing. And it's all the same stuff as what ASBA recommended, but the wording is a bit different because I wanted to keep it the same as what we have on our bus discipline reports and what we already have in our handbooks. It's the same information, it's just worded slightly differently. The other updates I would have for you, I have 2. One is in the work that the city has been doing on what right now I'm calling the Bullhead City Middle School Park. Every time they work over there and move dirt, you know what it's like when sand blows around here. And this time of year, well, earlier, the last couple of months, the wind's been from the north. And so every time they moved dirt, sand was filling our soccer field at Desert Valley. So our turf field was full of sand. So I contacted Angie at the city and said, do you all have, because they've got parks everywhere and they've got lots of turf. And I said, do you all have a machine that would help us clean the sand out of this? Because they're pretty expensive machines and I don't have the money to buy one right now. And I said, so we could, rent it from you to clean out the soccer field. And then earlier this week, on Monday this week, I got an email back from her, and she said, we've taken care of it. So instead of giving us information, they came and cleaned the field. So that was wonderful.
Yeah.
This is the kind of partnership we value, with all the various agencies in the community, because they step up, and will help you out. And I suspect part of it was they felt they made the mess, they would clean up the mess. But I wasn't going to ask them to do that. I was just, if you have a big machine and can do this, can we rent
borrow
it
it.
or borrow it? Yeah. So I'm really
Big old
appreciative.
Vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Well, and I guess they were out there with, they don't have a big machine. Mark told me they were out there with big shop vacs.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And I will tell you, the sand in that turf had filled the turf. I had a photo from a satellite photo, and half of the field looked like beach. So there was a heck of a lot of sand in that field. So, I mean, it was a heck of a lot of work. And we really, really appreciate that. I mean, it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. The other update I have for you, if you recall, a couple of months ago, I asked you to authorize me to spend about $51,000 in capital and $22,000 in insurance refunds on what I'm calling the transportation annex, which is an additional building for meetings and whatever, and the first phase of that. That was when I thought that our renovation of the trailer to restore the offices in the trailer was going to be a reasonable price. And we need to do that because we need those offices out of that bus barn. And that's the first step, is to get them out of there and then to get everything else out of there. Well, inflation, busy builders and busy vendors, the cost for renovating the trailer came in at around $60,000. And so and I felt like that's the first thing we need done. So, so we're getting that done, and then the remainder of that, 84,000 or whatever it was, that was the sum of those two figures, 70-something, will at least get the water and sewer and electrical run to the point where we want to put that annex building when we can get one, and have it all ready to go. So we're still working on that, but to me, this is all part of that transformation of transportation, if you will. But I didn't want you to think I'd misled you. I wanted you to know what changed the plan, and we're still moving forward. So we will still have phase one done for the annex. It will just take us a little longer to get to phase two. So, any questions? Okay, thank you.
Item 3.9, board member updates. Well, 3 of us got our petitions in. I guess that's an update.
And there was no power in the building, so it went out as I was in the building, so she couldn't make photocopies of stuff, so she had to email it. But you can't take an elevator if there's no power.
That's
you get to walk up those nice big steps.
It wasn't too bad. It was down, thank goodness. It happened while I was standing there. But yeah, it was interesting.
Any other updates?
I think so.
We're going to have to sit sometime and work on what we're going to be doing with our community outreach. And talk about
People
that.
are interested. I was at the senior center for some of the petitions, and they are interested. So
Okay.
I think if we find the right places and put it out in the right way, I think we should get some participation.
Okay.
And Lance is certainly prepared to work with you on, any of those things.
We need Lance's input.
Right.
Yeah.
But I wanted to assure you that he would be available for those things.
Good.
He's not here tonight because now that he's on extremely limited hours as a contracted service provider, I didn't want him using extra hours necessarily to be here when we didn't have something big controversial or something specifically that you wanted him here for. I'd rather have him available, when we have those kinds of situations.
We were talking about last time, I believe, if I remember right, actually doing sort of a board retreat where he would ask us questions. Does anybody have, let's see, school starts in late July.
Starts 2 weeks from Monday.
Yeah.
That went fast.
So maybe looking at first or second week in August, a couple hours on a Saturday.
Well, I'm going on vacation in August.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
That maybe is not good at time.
Let me
to
find
do it.
out what the dates are. I
Yeah,
don't
the
have
last
them.
week I'm gone.
I leave the 17th, and I'll be gone the rest of the month.
So if we did it the first week, what day did you say, Sheila?
It's the last week.
Oh, you have
So
the
yeah, if
last
we did
week.
like August 1st, 8th, 15th, I'm good.
How about you, Charlene?
I'm looking. What's the date for, August 1st?
Yeah, I was thinking August 1st or the 8th.
August 1st, I'm okay, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
So let's look at tentatively August 1st, and would you ask Lance if he would reserve us some time?
And if that doesn't work for him, would you want the 8th to be your second choice?
Yes,
Okay.
if that's all right with everybody else.
Will that work for everybody else, the 8th being the second choice?
Yep.
Yep.
And that way we'll get the ball rolling on that, and we'll be headed towards senior center.
I know that Mr. Letman at one point was talking to me about using the library more. So he's encouraging the community to do things with the library building. So I don't know if eventually we could do something there too. I was thinking it might be a good place.
I'll pull those materials out and see.
And there is a good-sized room there, too, so.
Yeah, they're like, it's there and nobody ever uses it.
Yeah.
So, he's
It's a nice
putting,
facility.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
putting some money was allocated, I believe, for them to do some upgrades and some stuff. So he's like, just try to get people to use it, so.
All right. And is it September?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Yep.
I know I'm going. And Barb's going. Is anybody else going to be able to go?
I'm gonna just double check to see what my schedule is like, because Barb said I wouldn't need to be there on that Wednesday. So I was thinking I could move my patients from Thursday and Friday possibly over to Wednesday.
What are we
And then that
talking
way go
about?
for Thursday and Friday.
For
This
the
is
law conference.
Yeah, the ASB
Oh, that's the-
law conference in Phoenix.
That's the one-day thing?
No, it's actually going to be
2
a
days?
3-day.
Is
If
it?
you go to
Well,
the pre-conference on Wednesday.
The pre-conference is the 9th, and the law conference is the 10th and the 11th.
I kind of have to go to the pre-conference because of the legislature thing, but the actual conference is the 10th and 11th. Fred?
I'll have to check that out. Can I let you know tomorrow?
Okay. Charlene, would you be able to join us this time?
Is this in September?
Yes.
Mhm.
Let me check, 10th and 11th.
That's the week of Labor Day.
Mhm.
Well, don't we have a governing board meeting?
Yes.
We should, but it could be changed.
We're moving the first week of September, so that, I'll have to see if that'll work. because I know we're going to be busy the whole month of September. But-
Okay.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
moving. You're
Yeah.
moving. Yeah. Where's it at, Melinda?
Phoenix.
In Phoenix.
And then if we were gonna move the meeting, will we just move it?
Yeah, we'd moved the meeting. In fact, we could move it for the new school year. We could move it back to the third Thursday, because remember, we moved it to the second for Judy, when Mrs. Reed was on board. We moved it.
to third Thursday for Judy.
Okay, is
We
that
moved
the
it
way,
back to the
okay,
second.
all right, never mind. Okay,
Lance also, he's watching streaming. He says the first works for him, so.
okay.
Yay,
So we'll
okay.
set something up for the first. Get some material out to everybody, and maybe you and I can sit down
Yeah.
sometime.
Tell Lance we said hi. Hi, Lance.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. So has everybody got their calendars set?
Yep.
Did everybody get a chance to look at the consent agenda?
Yes.
Is there anything that we want to pull so we can talk about it? No? Going, gone. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor? I'm Melinda Sabrowski.
Hi, Fred Rushton.
I, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
All right, now we're back to the 60 pages, which were very much, I mean, I didn't have any problems reading through them. I appreciate that, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I always ask this question. This is the first reading of these, right?
Right.
So we don't have to vote, no voting or anything like that. And we just discussed them. So I'm going to move on to new business.
Sounds good.
6.1, fiscal year 27, proposed a budget for adoption. We just discussed this, and Dr. Stewart did a nice job of this. Can I have a motion to adopt the proposed budget for school fiscal year 27?
Madam President, I move that we,
2027.
I'm
Excuse
sorry?
me. 2027.
2027.
Excuse me.
Madam President, I move that we adopt the proposed budget for fiscal year 2027.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor? I'm Melinda Sabrowski.
Hi, Fred Rushton.
I, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
Okay, item 6.2, approval of the employee handbook 2026-2027.
I do have a correction.
Oh,
I
please.
found a correction.
That's you.
I did. If you go to the first page,
How
Cass,
come I can never find this?
under
correction?
board members,
Oh,
you need to switch
Oh,
Fred
yes,
and
I
I.
did see that.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I thought maybe you had
Ooh,
switched
we
back.
will fix that. Thank you. I will take care of it
I
now.
got
I
my
will
1
tell
to
you.
Fred's 10.
I will tell you that these have been printed for all employees. And so I will let the principals know to be sure to tell people to change that, but we did print it for all employees, so that's already, it's already in print. But we'll fix it for, because it will be available to employees both on the website and in the shared drive, Google Drive that they can access, so we will get it corrected.
that whole thing may change in January anyway.
Well, it might.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah.
It might. I don't know if you all noticed, but the last page is an acknowledgement from our employees that they have, that they've read it, that they know what it says. And Unfortunately, this is a situation where I've kind of had to do a one-size-fits-all, because we've had a couple of situations in the past year where employees claimed that they did not know what their responsibilities or their rights were, as the case may be. And those things had to do with items that are referenced in the handbook. So unfortunately, I had to do what I don't like doing, which is the one-size-fits-all, but in this case, everybody has to acknowledge that they have received it and read it, and if they don't understand, and we discussed this with principals today, it may be that somebody won't understand some item. If that's the case, we really do want them to discuss it with their supervisor, and then there would be notes down here where the supervisor had gone over those things with them. So, lots of red in the handbook this time. Many of them are revisions based on Section G that you all are going to approve next month. And then other things were additions this year. Some information that had occurred to us that employees did need to know, and so I put them in, added them to the handbook this year.
Any questions on the employee handbook? Any discussion? I thought, even with all the red, it looked easy. It was easy to read.
Good, thank you.
And straightforward. Anyway, do I have a motion to adopt the employee handbook for 2026-27?
I'll make a motion to approve the 26-27 employee handbook.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor? I, Melinda Sabrowski.
Aye, Fred Rushton.
Aye, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
Item 6.3, revised job descriptions.
Madam President and board members, our reduction in force led to us reassigning tasks from various positions that we no longer have to other folks. And so that results in some changes in job descriptions. It also resulted in some changes in that org chart that I gave you. So that was another reason to give you that. These are the proposed changes in job descriptions to add to what we already have for this coming year. If you have questions about any of them, I'll try to answer.
Nope. Anybody have any questions? Any discussion? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve these revised job descriptions for next year?
I make a motion to accept the revised job descriptions as presented for 2020. I guess forever, actually, for now.
27.
26, 27.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor? I, Melinda Sabrowski.
Aye, Fred Rushton.
Aye, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
Okay, item 6.4, SLP and OT teacher evaluation tool. Was this a new one?
This is a new one. We've always used kind of generic tools
Yeah.
for the speech and language therapist and for the occupational therapist. Kate Hall used our format that we use for administrators and for teachers and for our other employees to create this document that's really very specific to a therapist kind of position. And so it makes it much more consistent with what we expect from our other professionals, and yet respects the the differences and the responsibilities of our therapists.
Who does the evaluation?
In this case, for these two positions, it would be Kate Hall as the director of SPED.
Any questions? Discussion? Can I have a motion to adopt the new evaluation tool for SLP and OT teachers for 26-27?
I'll make a motion to approve the SLP and OT teacher evaluation tool for school year 26-27.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor? I am Melinda Sabrowski.
I, Fred Rushton.
Aye, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
Future topics. Does anybody have something that we could keep Dr. Stewart busy with? I mean, she doesn't have enough going on
Like she doesn't have
right
anything
now.
else to do.
Anybody have anything that we should pressure? Nope.
I don't think so.
I think that if we can, you and I need to sit and talk about community involvement for the
Yeah.
board.
Yeah, that would be
So we
good.
make sure that we're doing it correctly, and then with Lance. Other than that, I think you're off the hook. Okay.
I think I
Upcoming-
have plenty of hooks right now.
Good. Yeah. By the way you've been talking, it sounds like you got many, many hooks. Welcome back. There's a way. That's what I want to see.
The 20th.
Yep, a week from Monday, breakfast, and it will be next door at Coyote
So,
Canyon,
July 20th?
July 20th, Monday the 20th.
And where's it at?
Coyote.
Coyote? Okay.
And I always ask the same question. Do you want any board members at the introduction, the induction?
Oh,
New
for the
teachers.
new teachers?
Mhm.
We'd always love to have you. We introduce office, the district office people and the principals and directors and everybody about when they're eating lunch, about noon it would be Wednesday, the 15th.
Wednesday the 15th?
I won't be here.
Okay,
I got two different appointments at noon.
okay. That's okay, but we always want, we always,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, about what time would it be?
about noon
About noon?
Yeah.
On the 15th?
on the 15th. It's lunchtime, so you'll have some lunch
Where is that at?
right here.
Right here?
Right here in this DDO, right?
Yep.
Right here.
Okay. And the 20th, you said,
7:30 a.m. at Coyote.
okay. I have a doctor's appointment at 8:30, but I bet I can at least show up. Got it. See if there's anything else. Back to school nights, do you want any board members there?
Well, if you,
Remember we're doing
if you do like,
community-
yeah, if one, if one of you could appear at each of them, they would appreciate that, I'm absolutely sure. The tough thing is that we have several of them on the same night, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it kind of works if, one of you goes to one and somebody goes to another one and.
I know that Mrs. Zarzicki would probably do Fox Creek on one of those days.
Yeah, there are 2 days for Fox Creek and 2
Yeah.
days for next door, because what they say to, what they do with the different grade levels is kind of different, so, yeah. Oh, they did combine, oh, I forgot, yes, they did. So the middle school's on the 21st, all of the other schools, no. Fox Creek and the 3 elementaries are on the 22nd. Coyote and, meaning the Life Academy, and the preschool for that matter, and the 7th grade at Fox Creek are on the 23rd.
Anybody have any choices? Or-
I'm going to be in Atlanta for training, so it
Oh,
might be a
you
little hard.
are?
It'd be a
Okay.
little difficult.
I'll probably run up to Sunrise and Diamondback,
Sunrise?
because they're right
Perfect.
there.
Perfect, that's kind of past where I normally go. Barb, we'll get Barb to do
Right.
Fox Creek that night. Sunrise. Do you want to do Diamondback, Fred?
Mhm.
Or do you want to do?
Charlene said she was going to do Diamondback.
Oh, you,
Well,
oh, I
if
thought
you
you
wanna go
said
to
sun,
Dim-
I
who
thought
wants
you
to-
said
wanna go to Diamondback?
sunrise, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Diamondback.
Go to
would be all
Diamondback,
right.
I'll go to Sunrise.
Okay.
Okay, then I get Desert Valley,
There you go.
okay. And that would be approximately 4 o'clock?
Yep.
Approximately
No,
5.
5, yeah, approximately 5.
Just show up and stand and look beautiful.
You won't have any trouble doing that.
Yeah, right.
What time?
23rd. I'll hit Coyote Canyon on the 23rd.
Okay. Jen and I usually kind of split up and, try to hit 1 or 2 each. It's pretty hard to hit all of them.
Yeah, you can't hit them.
When they're all on the
It's
same
hard to hit
night,
them
that's
all
real
on the
But
hard.
same
if we
night,
all,
so.
if we all do that.
So we
maybe-
kind of split them up and,
Maybe we'll get Barb to do, oh, I'm not sure we'll get Barb to do that night.
oh, nobody was doing the middle school.
Oh,
Coyote Canyon?
I didn't even see the middle school
I
on
can
here.
It's on the 21st.
It's on the 21st. Well, I'll do middle school.
Okay. And that one is at 4.
School at 4. Okay. But I know we can't get Barb to do the
21st.
Fox Creek one.
So 21.
Well, if she does one of them, that's fine. She doesn't have to do both.
Because that's a special, that's a,
That's a lot.
okay. Anything else on here that we need to know about? Welcome back breakfast, we got that. The crushed board meeting should be interesting.
They're bringing back the business and government,
Yes.
which I saw. It used to be on Thursdays. Is it still Thursdays?
No, I saw today it's on Tuesdays. It's moving to Tuesdays.
Are any of our school sites currently being used for elections?
No.
Or is that just library and, or not?
Yeah, it's
library,
not our school
churches,
sites.
library? Okay. We did it one time, I think.
Yeah, a long time ago, I think.
Mhm. Just curious. Curious and curious. Should somebody go to the Bullhead City's Council and thank them for cleaning up the dirt in
Oh,
our soccer field?
I might could do that.
That would be what, August?
Actually,
4?
well, I actually could go on July 21st.
That's at 5.
After I go to, because I usually hit the middle school, so,
Middle school is at,
yeah.
middle school is at 4, right?
Yeah. And then I
City
could go to
council's
the-
at 5:30?
Yeah.
Now, let's see what I can do. Fred will be packing up at that time. Just to thank them for being a good community partner with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice.
Which Kiwanis was it?
Morning.
The morning one.
Maybe we should think about that too. Did they get to see pictures yet?
I don't know if they did or not.
We could take some pictures to Morning Kiwanis. We could take
That
those
would be good.
pictures up
Could
there.
take some pictures, yeah.
So when's Morning Kiwanis?
It is at 6:50 in the morning on Tuesdays.
On Tuesday? You know how early is 6:50 in the morning?
I'm already working, so
Yeah.
I
well,
start with patients at 7, so.
So that would be on the 22nd too, right? 21st too?
Ooh, that'd make a long day.
I can actually see if my schedule will allow, because I start at 7 with patients, so I might be able to get there
Where do they meet?
at the Moose right across from the office. So it's really
Oh.
easy for me to scoot over there, as long as I know ahead of time. I can move that around a little
Run and
bit.
get a couple pictures and run across.
Are you going to be there?
I can be.
Okay, I'll try to get there.
Yeah, the afternoon is my group, but I have to double check because I'm gone that week for training, so I may have booked right at 7 on that day.
I'll see if I
Hopefully
can
not.
get there. Can I drop by and get maybe a jump
Sure.
drive or something with pictures? So these are the pictures from,
Yeah, and there were other, I think there were a couple of other pictures, maybe not.
Those are what?
Those are the ones that we had, okay.
well, that's perfect, those were good
It was, yeah,
pictures.
they are good pictures, yep.
I will check on that tomorrow, Melinda.
Okay.
Add that to my alarm.
I should probably put my glasses on here to see if I spelled Kiwanis right. Yep, I did. Okay.
And that's the 21st, right?
And Fred, no, I'm not helping you pack up your house.
Oh. Actually, it's September, so I'm ways away.
You just,
But
yeah.
we got,
What's
we're
the
going
closest
from a 2,400 square foot house to a 400 square foot motorhome. So we got a
Storage
lot of-
facility in yours.
You're gonna have a storage unit somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Okay, our next board meeting is set for August 13th. Does anybody have any problems with it?
Nope.
We'll start at 5:30. And we promise to keep the agenda as short as tonight, right? 'Cause you
We'll
see, it's not
try.
even dark outside, so.
No promises, but we'll try.
Okay. All right. And no problems then with the 13th? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn this regular meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor? I, Melinda Sabrowski.
I, Fred Rushton.
I, Charlene Diaz.
I, Sheila Burnett.
We are adjourned.